Today on Your Mexican Edition,
Whoa! We're going to talk about the Wrath of Khan.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
Whatever.
Remind me again what our thought process was behind doing an episode on Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan.
I went to SeaWorld and I really like whales and time traveling. That is the movie with time traveling and whales, right?
Dude, I love Benedict Cumberbatch. He was fantastic in Star Wars.
Wow.
Okay, guys.
That's the...
We're doing
Wow.
Wrath of Khan because it's only a month older than I am, and it's the 35th anniversary, okay?
Like you made Rob's penis go back into its shell.
She was so hot, and then she's not. And then she is, and then she's not. Wait. So not Star Trek. Oh, okay.
Not the whales movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Star Trek: Wrath of Khan is by far
It's number 2, but it really
best
should
Star
be
Trek movie.
number 1.
Star Trek Nemesis. That was a good one.
because Star Trek. Just ignoring Robin. Because Star Trek 1
I do like Nemesis, but we're not going to talk about that.
is nonsense.
I really feel like if there's special effects right now, you and I would be beamed out of this episode.
So the first film was all about, let's see what we can do technical, because this is a new era.
Okay,
We've got
the first
computer
film,
graphics
it
and
felt
stuff.
like they had just finished watching 2001,
2001.
right?
Right.
And they were like,
We can
let's
do that.
get artsy.
Yeah.
So
And I
they
just
said-
remember the 6-minute long scene of the Enterprise docking. And I fell asleep through that scene.
But you can agree there's not really a real anti-hero there. There's not a real villain in the film that they
V'ger?
tried with.
I intend to calculate thruster ignition and acceleration rate to coincide with the opening of the V'ger orifice.
We need to give Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan props for one of the greatest pop culture references of all time.
Oh.
The Kobayashi Maru.
Forgot that's where it came from.
Right.
Yeah.
They
That's
homage it, and basically anything that's going forward, that's the litmus test for, anyone in Starfleet now. You have to go through the training of the Kobayashi Maru.
I was listening to you, and then I realized you don't have a Starfleet uniform. So you have lost my attention, sir. Continue, Tina. I'm totally kidding, man.
And she's blue. She's not red, so she's gonna be sticking around for a while too.
Exactly. I am a science officer.
Yeah. But the thing I love about the opening of this film, right, is that it starts with all of the crew that you're used to, like from the Enterprise and Kirstie Alley. And they're all hanging out.
Well,
is
she's
Kirstie Alley,
Spock's,
isn't it?
like, protege. That's who, he's picked to,
Right.
lead forward. Or
Were they
go
hanging
forward.
out in some kind of...
Other than the fact that they say training one time during it, you are led to believe that this is a real thing. And so
Right.
you've got everybody but Kirk except for one scrub. It's like,
Right.
oh look, everybody's on the Enterprise. Oh, everybody died.
It gives you more about the characters that we've grown to love into their later years. The Kobayashi Maru. We have that mythos evolve. We have more information about, like, Khan with the eugenics war, because that's already passed. It was supposed to happen in the 1990s.
1996, the year we graduated high school.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Quit
so
giving our numbers away, man.
This motherfucker out of this episode.
if you go back and watch, Space Seed, you find out that he was rescued on a DY, I think 100, Spock tells you, and Kirk misidentifies it as a DY 3000. Anyways,
What the hell
Wow.
are you
these
talking
are
about?
spaceships. So these are supposed to be spaceships that have currently launched in the 1990s, which we should already be in space and stuff by now.
Well, if Back to the Future taught me anything, is we should have
Hoverboards.
flying cars.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, but
it extends the
Wrath of Khan
mythos.
came out in what,
82.
82.
82. So
June 4th of 1982.
So it's still like it's not
Wow.
quite the
Yep.
farthest future as it was in the 60s.
Right.
But at that point, it's still like it's far enough out that they're like,
It may be
1996.
Yep.
But it's close enough that it's a little tongue-in-cheek already.
You have to look on
Exercise.
how the movie like really got its start, because the director, basically everyone on the film wasn't part of the original Star Trek who filmed it. So the director and everything, they were not fans of Star Trek. They never watched Star Trek. But
Because anybody who was a fan was part of the first movie and was then fired.
so they take this one villain from Space Seed and they say, you know, this is great. We're going to take this.
Which I would love to call an obscure episode of Star Trek, but I mean, it was only three seasons long.
seasons.
They're all
There were
obscure
three seasons.
episodes of
It's
Star
pretty
Trek.
obscure.
He's one of the greatest actors of our time, though.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Ricardo Montalban, you go to hell.
Yes, muy macho.
With his
Blaine,
spray
boys,
tan.
Blaine. That guy. Oh, not the short. Not the short guy. Not Tattoo. The actual boss.
Yes.
Right, boss.
Here's like the anti-Kirk, but he's still sort of, he embodies Kirk, but in a different worldview, like
Oh, he was so
from the
masculine in
eugenics
that movie,
war and
though.
stuff.
Khan.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was really the one disheartening thing I remember about that movie is that I found out in my later years that it was a chess piece.
No,
that
it was
he wore.
not. That's wrong.
What?
That is an urban legend. That is his real chest.
I love that. That's an urban legend. Damn! Hell yeah! Ricardo Montalban.
That is actually his real chest. And
Really?
he was afraid to go back in the role because he thought he was older. Just like William Shatner thought he was older, and he didn't like playing, like he wanted
William
special
Shatner
effects or
did
makeup.
not have that kind of chest.
Well, no, he didn't.
This movie contains one of two movies that I watched as a child and had to hide behind the couch.
What?
Kirstie Alley?
The first
She was
the first
pretty
movie
smoking hot.
Is,
Yeah.
is
She's hot,
Indiana
but she
Jones
can't
and the
act in
Temple of
that.
Doom when you know rips out the guy's heart. I had to hide behind the couch for that.
Oh,
The
was it
second is
the
when they
slug, the
put
ear
the
slug.
slugs in the
Earwig
ear.
or-
Oh god!
So that
To this
is-
day, like rewatching that on my little phone, I was like, "Ooh."
So they did. They went severely under budget for this film. I think it was like what they
That
grossed
ear looks
97
so
million or
real.
something.
Yeah.
It was not. It was horribly
No, I know.
done.
That was
And they built
sarcasm.
like a huge ear, and you're afraid of this like.
It doesn't
man-
matter. I saw it when I was a kid, so now it has power over me.
You have no power over me.
Gosh, if
It
only
made
there was something we could look this up on.
97 million. They spent 11, I believe, and so they.
But it didn't make as much as the first one?
No, they made about the same. Well,
I'm not arguing with you. I just wanted to
the first
clarify.
one flopped. They didn't basically get as much money out of it as they would have liked. But the second film grossed more for them because they spent less.
ROI, man, ROI.
Okay, got it.
Leonard Nimoy was
He didn't want to come back.
he was the
at
Harrison Ford.
Oh,
first. Well, no, he didn't want to come back for to reprise Spock's
the search
role.
for Spock?
Yeah.
Well,
No, he
because
didn't want
of
to come
the
back for 2.
right.
Oh, he didn't.
No.
So he was
No.
like, I'm okay with you
Yeah,
killing
they
me.
promised him a good death scene. So.
Literally Harrison Ford.
And then he liked the script so much that he said, is there a way that you can kind of make it open where I might actually come back? And that's where you get the whole ending. They actually added it in later after they had already filmed it, where you show
Duke's out of his coma. He's okay.
He's okay. There's parachutes.
Look, there's little naked Spock. No, but there's a pivotal scene at the end where there's Spock's coffin on this newly formed planet. And that's what's so disappointing about Into Darkness was they brought Khan back so soon, and they did it. It's basically they're like shoehorning. They're like forcing this character into this world, and they're not giving it the setup. That
it
they did
wasn't
in this
that great of a
movie.
story to begin with,
No.
though. Everything happened so quick. There wasn't a build-up, and it was a complete fake out. This character that wasn't to be Khan. Like, they're like, oh, no, it's not going to be Khan at all. No. It's a different character. And all of us were like,
It's Khan.
Yeah,
so
it's totally-
Khan.
it's totally
Yeah,
Khan.
no,
Yeah,
not
totally
fooling
Khan.
anybody.
Yeah.
So when the revelation came, you're like, oh, it's Khan.
Well, it's also,
Yeah.
you have to think the audience of these new Star Trek movies are for people who didn't typically like or enjoy
That's
Star
not
Trek.
necessarily true.
No,
I,
no,
like-
because, like-
I don't
I
think
like
so.
the Star Trek.
'Cause, I mean, like-
everybody just told you to shut the fuck up.
No. So,
Shut down, Rob. real
No,
quick,
hear me
no.
out. Hear me out. So, like, I watched Wrath of Khan because everyone who's our age loves this movie. So I thought that was a pretty good movie. With all these other Star Trek movies, I just wasn't down with Star Trek.
Have you seen the one about the whales and the time travel? It's fucking beautiful.
To hunt a species to extinction is not logical.
Even though these newer movies, like, you know, they say Star Trek, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to check out Star Trek. I just don't care. But then I watched them, and I was entertained. And the second one, Into the Darkness, when that came out, I was entertained. Even though I actually
was entertained, but I didn't have the heart on like I do for Star Trek 2.
I get it. All the time, every morning, just about.
No, and it's a great story. It brings back or homages the original Star Trek, and it has great themes. It's got revenge, it's got life, it's got death, and it's got rebirth.
It's got I'm getting too old for this shit. It's
Why did Kirk climb the mountain?
And that's like, yeah, it's so heavy-handed about the Kirk. Like, I don't like getting old. I don't like celebrating my birthday.
I mean, that's William Shatner.
Yeah, but I mean, the script is, serving Shatner for that. But it works.
It does.
Even though it's like, let's hit you over the head with a hammer with this. But it works just because of the nostalgia that Kirk brings to the Enterprise, that
Right.
the character of Kirk, not within the film, that when he's going back to the Enterprise, there is a just kind of giddy joy that I think Shatner really sells.
Is it still considered your favorite Star Trek movie?
Oh yeah, of course it is.
I am a next gen
We'll
kid.
edit that later.
Except all the next gen movies are awful.
First Contact was solid, dude.
All the
Yeah,
next gen
First
movies are
Contact was
awful.
good.
You Trekkies are so
did-
judgmental.
did
I like
like-
the whale
Hey,
movies.
They're all terrible.
I love Next Gen. Next Gen is my series, but all of the movies are horrible.
Dude, have you seen Generations?
Generations.
Which
No,
was
Tina, no one
horrible.
says that.
No.
No one, except me. I love Generations.
so-
Generations had heart.
Well, no
Just in
one
the wrong
says they
place.
love Nemesis, but I will say I love Nemesis. Nemesis
That's a Tom
is
Hardy movie.
Eric Bana, who was the Tom Hardy of his age.
so Nemesis
No,
is
Eric Bana was in the
basically
new
a retelling of The Wrath of Khan.
What? I don't remember.
Oh wow! No, Eric Bana was in the new Star Trek.
No, he's
dude.
Hulk, dude.
You're an idiot. You need to shut up right now.
No. I saw Nemesis, and again, as a person who does not watch Star Trek movies, my buddy who's way into Star Trek, like, you got to go see this movie. It's great special effects. It's awesome. Eat your popcorn and watch the movie. And I was reasonably entertained, but I had no idea.
Nemesis?
Yeah.
Nemesis is a retelling of Khan, essentially.
We're not having this conversation.
But no, Wrath of Khan will always be the -- Star Trek movie for me.
Really? Wrath of Khan, huh?
Wrath of Khan
Not
is the
Whales.
number. No, not the. Who? No.
I'm hoping somebody else likes The Voyage Home. Leonard Nimoy directed that movie, didn't he?
Anyways, it's the 35th anniversary.
Andrew Say
Go watch it. Shut up. No one says about the Wells.
And the nice thing about you can stream all of the Star Trek movies on Hulu.
Netflix.
No,
Well,
Netflix
not
doesn't have
the movies. They have the series. So
Netflix
they have the
has the
original.
series.
They have
Hulu has
Next
the
Gen.
movies.
We don't have to perform a Vulcan mind meld to get you to like, subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite Star Trek movie or character is. And live long and prosper.
So,
Come on, Dan!
I know there's some weird things happening over here. But
it was Tom Hardy.
What? Oh, damn face! Oh, boss in your mouth! Damn it! Get it! Say it in the episode! Cut already!
I'm still rolling.
Oh, okay.